As a child, I read books and dreamed of living in those exotic and foreign places. Learning about Pakistan led me to wonder what it would be like for me, Trudy Braithwaite, a Christian mother, to live in Pakistan. Christianity has been in what is now Pakistan since the apostle Doubting Thomas and his companion Bartholomew visited, and was a well-established minority religion by 226 AD. Being a Christian in Pakistan has probably never been easy, but in recent years it has gotten exponentially more dangerous. Many Pakistani Christians struggle to find anything but menial jobs. In 1980, the Education Secretary was reported to say that if all Christians were educated, there would be no one left to sweep the roads and pick up the garbage. Policies like this likely contributed to mother of five Ajia Bibi working as a poor farmhand. One day in 2009, her co-workers asked her to bring water and then refused to drink it, saying a Christian drinking from the same water made it impure. An argument ensued. The Asian Human Rights Commission investigated and found that 5 days after the water incident, a local Muslim leader consulted with a woman that had a personal dispute with Ajia, and then pressured the people to claim that Ajia had committed blasphemy, finally resorting to using loudspeakers at the mosque to incite the locals to punish the blasphemer. That night, a mob came to her house and beat her and some of her family. The police came and took her away. In 2010, Ajia Bibi was sentenced to death by hanging. She recalls that day saying, "I cried alone, putting my head in my hands. I could no longer bear the sight of people full of hatred, applauding the killing of a poor farm worker. I no longer see them, but I still hear them. The crowd who gave the judge a standing ovation, saying, 'Kill her, Allahu Akbar.'" Human rights groups were outraged that blasphemy laws were used so unjustly, and the Punjab governor and Pakistani Minority Affairs Minister spoke out against the verdict and vowed to reform blasphemy laws. Many in the public were outraged and called for blasphemy laws to be upheld. A Muslim cleric placed a bounty on Najia's head. An imam threatened that if she were released, the people would take matters into their own hands. This was not an idle threat. Many had been killed after being acquitted of blasphemy, and those that take the law into their own hands are rarely prosecuted. It is not just the accused that face threats. Attorneys who defend blasphemy charges are often killed. The governor and minister who spoke out on her behalf were both assassinated in 2011, and the governor's adult son was kidnapped and held for 5 years before being extracted. Standing for Ajia put them and their families at risk. Even so, courage prevailed. An appeal was filed and denied. Her story was now international. Concerts were being held in her behalf, and a song and video had been written appealing for her release. Her lawyers filed another appeal, and it was postponed twice, scheduled again. A judge refused to hear it and resigned on the day of the appeal. In 2019, nearly 10 years into her ordeal, 3 courageous judges acquitted Ajia Bibi, questioning the prosecution's version of facts. The judgment reads in part, the alleged blasphemy had been committed after her Muslim co-workers had insulted the appellate's religion because she believed in and was a follower of Jesus Christ. According to the Holy Quran, a Muslim's faith is not complete till he believes in all the holy prophets and messengers of Almighty Allah, including Jesus Christ. From that perspective, insulting the appellate's religion by her Muslim co-workers was no less blasphemous. Ajia Bibi is now thought to be living in Canada with her family. The thought of me living in or visiting Pakistan as a Christian still scares me. But I have hope for a better future for Pakistani Christians, but the Pakistani Christians themselves must courageously behave like Christians. I have hope because of the Pakistani people who are willing to stand up and even give their lives for others and fight the blasphemy laws despite the risks. Hope because of the people around the world who shone a light on her plight. It seems that the future for Christians in Pakistan will grow brighter through the courage of their own people and the support of human rights groups and individuals around the world to overturn the blasphemy laws that hold down the Christian people in Pakistan.